When I was growing up, I only really played on my PS1, PS3, and sometimes my Wii. Out of these three consoles, the one I played the most and was my favorite was the PS1, simply because of Crash Bandicoot. Crash 1, Warped, and Crash Team Racing were the games I played the most as a kid, and they have a very special place in my heart. They are up there with some of my favorite games of all time. Now you guys can't call me complainer all the time. I like things, I like good things. Alright, back to complaining. See, I love all three of these games, but they do have problems. Believe it or not, they're not fucking masterpieces. But before we get into the bad, let's start off with the good. Why I like all three of these games. I hate saying this, but I kinda have to, because it's a really good point. These games have aged fucking wonderfully. Now, I hate using the word, it hasn't aged well. I hate using those words because just saying that alone doesn't give you anything. Like, you could say that with anything. Say that for a game that came out like a year ago. If you don't have points backing up why it hasn't aged well and why it is Ooh. I'm getting a call. Just be specific about your points. Don't just look at a game and go like, that hasn't aged well. Like, take this awful Dukes of Hazzard game. I could just tell you, oh wow, this game hasn't aged well, but you're not getting anything out of that. Let me explain my points. I could say like, oh, the controls are absolute ass. I can't get anywhere with... I can't go 5 seconds without running into like a bridge or like something like that. This game looks awful and it's just not fun at all. See, was that so hard? Just explain yourself. Don't just say, oh wow, it hasn't aged well. Sorry for that little mini review rant thing. These games play beautiful, they sound beautiful, they look beautiful, and like especially for like Crash 1. Now that's how you do a segue. Alright, so I just wanna say, this game's fucking amazing. Let me tell you right now, this game's just fun as shit. Alright, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you hate video games with every single bone in your body. I guarantee you will still enjoy this game. The only real complaint I have with this game is just perspective-y issues that, like, are just weird, and I don't really come across any perspective issues. I don't know, it's just weird when you, like, you think you're gonna make a jump, but then you don't. It's weird. But I guess that comes in, like, your first time ever playing it, because like as soon as you get into the game you're all like you don't understand the game, I guess, but the more you play it and the more you understand the game and its perspective, like you understand more about the game and you understand what's happening. But one of the key parts of this game specifically is just the music. The music is just so fucking good. The bosses in this game are just a highlight. Every time you get to see a boss, it's fun. It's really fun once you face a boss because they're not too hard, they're not too easy. It's just the perfect difficulty. Like, sure, some of the bosses are just like, oh, jump on his head, oh, and then that's it. That's the entire boss. That's kind of lame. But once you get to the good bosses, maybe the second one, it just becomes fun. And that's basically it for the first one. There's nothing really here. It's just the game is really fucking good, and everyone should be able to play it. Alright, now we're gonna get into the meat of this video, because I have some really just opinions on Warped. So, yeah. So Crash Bandicoot Warped is the best Crash Bandicoot out of the trilogy, but it's also the worst, if that makes sense. I know that doesn't make any sense to most of you, but I'm sure there's that one guy who gets it. You get it. You get it. Now, this is the game I grew up with the most. This is the one I played the most, and it's the one I love the most. And I really think it's the best out of the trilogy, but it also has the most problems. Obviously, there's perspective issues, but you know, it's not that bad. I just want to go over just a few levels, not even a few, most of the levels in these games. They just introduce shit out of nowhere, and sometimes it's like just towards the end of the game and it doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a starship mission where like you're just in space, and I think that one is genuinely impossible without save states. It took me over an hour to beat that boss, and it was genuinely impossible. I don't know how anyone could have possibly beat it without save states. And that's another thing wrong with these things. See, I'm all for variety, but this is too fucking much. And they're too ruthless. I get not holding your hand, but this is just genuinely impossible. And then there's like a motorcycle level. Actually, there's like 4 motorcycle levels in this game, but just take a look.
No.
What is that? I could easily get back in. Get the fuck out of my way.
No.
Garbage! Garbage! I could have get. I am furious. This is like the worst thing I have ever played. I think. Oh my god. Why? Just be nice. Be generous.
I can sense your insanity slowly going away. Dude, this is pretty lit.
This is the worst drifting ever. Oh, come on. That's the end.
Wait, just
wait. Okay, please.
Just test.
That's it? What? No. 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 I have to get in first? I have to? No. No.
What'd you just do?
I deleted the 3rd save. Oh no, I probably shouldn't have taken that boost.
Okay.
Oh!
No, you still got it.
Yay! Sorry.
This took me forever.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be happier.
So
I thought you were gonna be happier than what you are now.
I hate this. Okay. Oh my god, yes. Tropicals recorded that. Go subscribe. Link in description. See, I'm fine with variety, but, you know, no. In this game, it doesn't make any sense because sometimes they introduce something like the rocket ship level that only shows up once. And then there's a, you know, flying level that probably shows up at least twice, I think. Meanwhile, motorcycle level gets like 4 or 5 levels, and it doesn't make any sense. There are Coco levels in this game, which are like just her running around on a like jet speed scooter thing, whatever, I forgot. And I like those levels because they control well and they make sense, and they show up as much as they need to. They don't show up too much, they don't show up too less. It's perfect. Yet motorcycle level shows up too goddamn much, and then things just like show up and they go away immediately. It doesn't make any sense, and it's awful. It just feels like they're padding out the game at that point. Alright, I'm gonna let you know I'm a very impatient person when it comes to video games, movies, anything. And I'm especially impatient when it comes to video games, and how every single video game on this planet makes you wait and makes the player just question, why do I have to stand here and do absolutely nothing? Sometimes you'll get, you know, oh, I walk forward, I hold forward and I do forward motion. That's also awful because I'm just waiting to get to the next part. Like, I understand having a cutscene every now and again, but if I don't care about what they're talking about, let me be able to skip it. Because if I don't care, I'm just gonna be sitting there bored. And that's the main part of waiting in video games. It's just me bored the entire time. Now, you may be saying to yourself, oh, the other Crash games, 1 and 2, had the waiting. But it's even worse in this one. There is so many levels in this game where you just sit there and wait for things to go, and it's just like, one of the worst examples are this water-ish level, and it's awful. It's awful. Another one is this futuristic space city level where you just wait for the lasers to go out, and it's awful. It's terrible. Ow. Sure, it could be challenging to the impatient like me, but it just comes off annoying and not challenging. It's just, I'm sitting there confused and pissed off. So, with all that, let's finally talk about Sonic Team Racing. Is this game as good as Double Dash? No. Is this game as good as Mario Kart 64? Almost. It's a really good kart racing game. You know, it's got a small cult following. It's considered a classic by most people who played it as a child. And to be honest, I just want a remaster of it or a remake. Hell, just give me a brand new Crash Team Racing game. Just give it to me, please. That's all I want. Hell, you could have like Spyro in there and all the PlayStation 1 classics. Just imagine how cool that would be. And it would be good for like business, because I can imagine if you put Crash and Spyro in the same game, that's gonna sell like penises on a tube stick. To be fair, this game doesn't control well at all with a D-pad. It just feels like awful, terrible. I want a brand new one. I want a brand new kart racing game in the same style the Spyro and the Crash Reignited trilogies are. Cause I don't want tag team racing. Keep that away from me. That is just no thank you. And no, I just want more. Crash Bandicoot.
You look like a flower.